What's going on, everybody? Mon's Gaming Channel, Lucas Cruz, Tammy, what's up, what's up? Anyway, it's raining like a mofo, and I just didn't get enough sleep, and I am just dragging. While we're waiting for updates, I've been tinkering around getting some of the new pets and stuff that I had never gotten in Dungeon Defenders, the original. And let me tell you, that game is like crack. It's so damn addicting. What's going on, Cole, Rainbow, Christopher, Edwin? How y'all doing? Yeah, so anyway, I ended up staying up till 7 in the morning, playing Dungeon Defenders, grinding out those dice pets. All the years in the casino, gotta have my dice, you know? And then got up 3 hours later. Ugh. Rough stuff. Anyway, I didn't play any DD2 at all yesterday. You see, I'm still at floor 62. So let's hop on in and get things started here. Well, I live right on the coast, Edwin, so the ocean keeps the temperature relatively mild normally. We do get snow every now and then, but it's just not very frequent. Yeah, it's just pouring rain right now, though. See what we got to start off my sleepy day, my sleepy barely awake day. It's like a little throne room. Alright, let's see. Saigar, oh, you know what? Before I continue even any further, let me do the right thing and put this automation on my weapon bands, and now I've got tenacity. Even though I've got tenacity on it already, that 60% tenacity for the campaign level is not working. You know, it's 100% or nothing with tenacity, of course. Let's see, we got Game Ogre. We got some Frosty Liciousness. Little Timmy Lane up top. You know what? I'm kind of tempted to try a Ballista Spammer here. I don't like to do it with ranged mobs over here. And there's this little ranged Gobus, but let's try it. Let's try a little Ballista Spam here. School was canceled today because of the snow. Dang. Let's see. Now, do I want to take it to the next level and throw a boost on it too? Let me see. I would get rid of Grasp there. And I just throw regular Deadly Strikes in it. Let's do that. Now let's see, how do I want to do it over here? We got Timmy. We got a pretty heavy lane here. Let's see, I try to leave. I don't think this is going to work on this Timmy lane. I might have to throw something else in just to thin him out a little. I could throw a couple of Flamars up there maybe just to thin the pack some. Why don't we go... Why don't we go something like that? Let's see. Something like that. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. What's that? Or actually, I've got 220 left. Let's see, let's see. That leaves me 140. Let's thin the pack just a little bit up here. You have a minimum ascension 900, but no gilded shards. Well, you can, Jacob, but the problem is just getting 3 gilded shards could end up taking you hundreds of hours. So it's up to you. See, this is actually a thrower lane here, too. Do I have hex throwers over here anywhere? I got proximity. I'm just fighting the system with proximity there. Tell you what, let's do this. I'll sell one of these. Let's move this up. We'll go like that. And I think that should cover it, right? And that leaves me 20 more. Well, I guess with the 20, I can just do something like this. Alright, and then 100 left. I feel like it should go down here. I'm not sure if this is going to hold. I haven't done a ballista spammer build in a while. What's going on there? Oliveira, how you doing? Such a shame about Astroneer. Have you all heard about Astroneer? Their little wording in their EULA. It's like Astroneer is just a data mining program. It's kind of funny because that's what you're doing in game too. You're going to these other planets and mining the data from the research. Kind of a very, very sick coincidence, but... So until they change it, there will be no more Astroneer from me, sadly, because I do love the game and I'm very excited that it launched. But they just, I don't know. I've never put like a full-on hate video on the channel, but I was really tempted to make one. I mean, what the hell are they thinking? That's just unacceptable in this day and age. It's like the Facebook thing, you know? They done Facebooked us in Astroneer. Very, very disappointing. Looks like this Timmy lane got steamrolled up here. Man, that window there hasn't even been touched. Now this lane is looking kind of rough. We'll have to see here, though. Maybe I should have thrown that LSA over this way. We will have to see here. For those of you that don't know what I'm bitching and moaning about, Astroneer just launched. They came out of early access, hit version 1.0, and they changed their end user license agreement. And the new end user license agreement says that they can and will take your information from your computer and sell it to advertisers. Basically, long story short. So they're basically like data mining your machine. So you pay them for a game for them to collect your data and then resell the data to advertisers. I mean, that's just like criminal. And I mean, their complaint is going to be, oh, well, we've been doing it the whole time, but the recent change to the laws in Europe made us put it in the EULA. But I mean, just how on earth do you do that and consider that an acceptable business practice? I don't know. Just to me, it seems, well, like I said, it seems borderline criminal. Kind of worried about this side over here now. Now that I think about it, I was worried about these, but this is all getting wrecked. Yeah, it's going to be a problem over here with these ogres, I think. Ballistas are not, they're great for clearing packs, but they are not exactly ogre slayers. Finally, the east window control goes down. I guess it's only wave 2. It didn't take that long. It's working better than I thought, really. These lanes are just getting annihilated here. Considering I don't have an optimal setup on my ballistas or on my boost, it's not too bad, you know? I probably won't finish this AP today. Trendy Lalta posted on the forums a few days ago, and it just didn't give me the impression that we're going to be getting an update anytime soon. It was talking about how we would find out info as to what they've been working on within the next month. Like, just hear about the info within the next month. So, they got to be working on something big. That is for sure. Let's see. I better get some more ups in over here. I'm at 59, I think it is now. So my next one, I'll be at 60. Yeah, 59. So I got 11 more to go, and I've got a month to get them done. What I'm assuming. Assuming we don't hear any information as far as what updates come in, then I need to knock one out every 2 to 3 days, and I'll be all done by the time we get some news of an update. Or by the time hopefully it's by the time we get an update, but who knows. Shard stacking is never going to be a thing, killers. They made it pretty obvious. They've been quite clear about it. Each upgrade level of shards is a different item. So there's not... I mean, they're just not going to put in shard stacking. I think we got a better chance of getting a separate shard inventory than we do of getting shard stacking. There's just that thin of a chance of getting shard stacking. So, I mean, people have been talking about shard stacking for years, and it's just not... It's not realistic. It's not realistic that Trendy will be able to make it happen, anyway. Brooke Jordan, what up, what up? Here's David's song. David's not awake yet. Or he's awake, he's probably at work. Yeah, I'm still just so bummed about Astroneer. I don't want to sit here and bitch about Astroneer the whole stream, but God, man, why on earth did they do that? There we go. Onslaught and resets, that's about it. What I would like to see is a separate shard inventory, where shards just don't take up your inventory space. They're on like a separate tab that's got just all your shards listed. But, I mean, to be honest with you, I think even the chances of that happening are pretty slim. What's going on there, Herbrand? How you doing? Herbrand had to rub it in that I didn't buy Monster Hunter World while it was on sale. I see how you are. I got regrets. I've been staring at the Monster Hunter World page through the last 2 different Steam sales. Haven't made the jump. And then the obsession to get the perfect dice pet in Dungeon Defenders 1, that's going to end up eating up a bunch of hours. Because, of course, it takes so long. Even though you can split screen it, plug your controller in, you know. It just takes so long to get them. I mean, even starting at, you know, you get it at wave 25. Even starting on wave 24... Or, pardon me, you get it at the end of wave 24, beginning of wave 25, so you have to start at wave 23. Uh-oh, ballista down. Damn hex thrower. It's not any worse than the grind in DD2. It's actually to me personally, the grind doesn't feel as bad in DD1. I mean, it's absurd. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you 100%. But you get stuff along the way that makes you feel like you're rewarded. Like, I haven't gotten a good... I mean, I ended up getting like 30 of those dice pets yesterday. So, I mean, I'm getting things... But I've gotten a lot of things along the way. Like I got a couple of Ultimate Plus items. Yeah, Astroneer did a huge oopsie there, Rick. I've been complaining about it the whole time. Balloon 6 tower defense stream, probably never. That's like a game that's fun to play on your tablet or something, but that's... I don't even have Balloon 6 on the PC yet. I mean, that's how... I mean, I loved those games where I worked in the casino. There's levels of absurdity there, Herbrand. Different levels of absurdity. Nash is coming. Nash gonna get wrecked. Oh no. Or yeah, she got wrecked. Whew. Seemed a little sketchy there, but... we got it done. Got it done. Got it done. Well, it's not over yet, but... I guess I'm gonna do a little base building in Subnautica. I had planned on getting going in that Astroneer playthrough, but I'm just not gonna play Astroneer with that in the EULA. It's just not gonna happen. I wouldn't buy it now, Wrecked. I mean, don't get it now until they make a change there. I mean, they're not making any fans that way. If you look at their most recent reviews on Steam, they're all negative. And it's an awesome game. They just... I just don't know what they're thinking. I guess we'll find out what is more profitable. Data mining thousands of PCs and selling the information, or making a video game. Yeah, the Sub-Zero thing, I was thinking it would be good. Right now there's an abundance of titanium, but a lot of the stuff isn't in the game yet. And I think now might be a good time to get a base built. Assuming that the next major content update, there's not a wipe. Then you'd have a big base all squared away already. All you have to do is go plug the stuff into it. But yeah, Sub-Zero looks great. so far, Rec. There's just very, very little info in it, though. Or, I mean, very, very little content. The developer said it's about 1 to 2 hours of gameplay. I ended up stretching like 4 to 6 hours or whatever out of it. Just exploring different areas, and I ran into a lot of unfinished areas. I found a bunch of alien buildings. Are you playing in that closed beta of Spellbreak? I'm gonna have to look at it. I mean, nobody can stream it yet, right? Yeah, it auto loots chests now, Mr. Keymorton. A couple of updates ago, they put that in. It does indeed. Oh, Astroneer put, sorry I missed you there, Jordan. I didn't see your comment there. Astroneer put a data mining clause in their EULA on launch that allows them to data mine your machine and sell it to third-party advertisers. It straight up says it in there. NDA lifted like 4 hours ago. I have to watch some streams, some people playing it, see what I think. Since we're on the ballistic kick, might as well kick it one more notch up. Let's see here. Mob gallery. It looks like we got PDTs down there. We got controlled burn. And here I'm calling that lane PDTs. We've got PDTs over here. Controlled bird even. So let's do this. Let's do something like that and then throw something like that in the mix. It's gonna take forever to run the map, but that's alright. At least it ain't Nimbish Reach. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I think that will work. Got 600 left. I am tempted to throw a weapon man, just one node down here too. Oh, I got the coffee flowing. There's no doubt about that. Alright, we got Game Oga. Game Oga here. What do we got left? We got 320 left for this whole area. Oof. What's going on there? Abdu, Vin, how y'all doing? Got proximity on the flyers. Is that gonna hit him? It doesn't seem like that's gonna hit him. I'll just let the flyers roll in. Come on in, flyers. Hmm. 140 left. How do I want to do this? Do I want to just load it up here? That leaves me 70. Let's let's do this. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking, Jordan. I mean, it's just... I mean, what the hell are they thinking, you know? I mean, I don't even know how to justify a question. I was going to send him a message on Twitter and ask him WTF, you know? Well, thanks there, Alvin. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. How's this going to hold up down here? Yeah, looked good so far. Game Ogre shouldn't be an issue. I'm wondering how this little conglomerate here is going to do. So far, so good. It's a pretty small chance. Their Mons Gaming channel. I mean, you'll get them, but they're not frequent. I mean, I don't know, I probably get one like maybe every 50 floors, something like that. The only way to get more bag spaces is to buy them there, Vin. You have to pay real money for the inventory. Uh-oh, god dang it. Fell off the boat. I done fell off the boat right into a pack of baddies. How we doing down here? Looking good. That's quite the pack right there. These ballistas and PDTs are wrecking it. I don't want to fall off again. I mean, they're just clearing that pack. This is floor 63 near the snooze. In the middle of Ancient Power Reset, so I'm just grinding 51 to 80 over and over and over and over and over again. Well, I mean, I would hope so. If not, it's gonna, you'd think it's gonna kill their game if they don't change it. It's a deal breaker for me, though. I mean, I don't use Facebook for that exact reason. I just can't see intentionally letting somebody dynamite your machine like that. Yeah, I've got a... Well, yeah, pretty much. I've got hero health on the weapon, Jacob, but everything else is essential. I got 400 points into hero health. And then I've got hero health on my weapon. What's that, wrecked? Well, that's Roblox. What are you gonna do? That's funny. What's going on there, Mia? How you doing? This map is fine, it just takes so long to run. Luckily the mob count's not too extreme. Boy, that rain is coming down outside. It is just pouring. I've been playing some DD1 too there, Mia. I've been farming those dice pet from King's Game. Trying to get, you know, obviously, of course I want to get Ultimate plus ones, but of course the chances of that happening are pretty slim. I just think nothing would look cooler than having a summoner roll around with 2 dice floating over his shoulders. That would just be incredible. Huh, yeah, that's weird. Why on earth would they do that? Well, that's the next video. You know, he'll make a video of him staring at the camera, screaming and making strange faces. I don't really watch any of his stuff. You just gotta get the Burning Strike shard there, Mons. From Chaos 5. Got a little buggy cyborg here. Burning Strikes is the win. For sure. Wrecks that Drakenlord right up. Wrecks him up. Come on, baddies. I need Satisfactory. I don't know if any of you all have followed Satisfactory, but that game is going to be absolutely awesome. They don't, they've got an alpha test going, but it takes like an act of God to get a key for it. No, you put Burning Strikes on your weapon, Mons, and then you go shoot him. And it ignites him. If without Burning Strikes, you have to oil him and then use fire on him to ignite him. And it removes that ridiculous shield he's got. I'm sure we'll get one here. I mean, it's easy peasy once you get Burning Strikes. You just don't even realize it's... You know, you don't even realize there's any sort of challenge there. It's this shard right here. Chaos 5. It's good stuff for sure. Get that one jacked up. Let's throw a little more love in down here too. I'd like to get both those PDTs up. Perfect. Oh no! Oh, double jump ain't gonna save me from that one. Oops. There we go. I told y'all up front I didn't get enough sleep. I got some coffee going, but it needs to work faster. Work faster, coffee. I tell you what, playing DD1 over the last couple of days, though, if they could take the exact game from Dungeon Defenders, put DD2 graphics in and DD2 quality of life, and you would have like a damn near perfect game. It's an old casino term there, Vin. I worked in casinos a very long time of my life. large chunk of my life I was dealing cards or dice. Get it all? Oof, gonna get blown up again if I'm not careful. That would be awesome, Wrecked. That would be completely awesome. Whew, that was a little close. Well, the community development team does updates on it, but it's not, you know, it's a bunch of players that are updating it. Players that want more content in the game. So the updates aren't frequent, and there's not a whole lot in them, other than like minor tweaks. As it's just not their property. Trendy has to approve anything they want to do, you know. But, I mean, it's coming up, what, it's like 8 or 9 years old. So, I mean, it just doesn't have the player base to support updates. DD1 will never get another Trendy official update, I don't think. That's not done by the community development team. I mean, they might, you never know, but I would doubt they ever will. It's done. Nah, DD2 has 2 to 3 times as many players as DD1. But DD1, of course, is, like I said, it's what, 8 years, 10 years old. I think it's 8 years, 8 and change. And it still has a few people playing. It still has the diehards going, you know. They did just have that Steam sale too, though, where you could get the complete pack for like $7 or something, which is, I mean, as far as like dollar per hour of entertainment, I mean, you get your money's worth out of that 20 times over. No doubt there. Just give me my pirate mod and call it good. Alright, where's the cannon ogre at? Down there. The captain? Where's the captain? It's hard to tell. They get buried in the dots. $3 for you? Nice. Gotta love it. Yep. That is for sure. Dungeon Defenders Eternity was... I mean, they were pretty open about it when they made it. Dungeon Defenders Eternity was 100% two things. It was a way for them to test the playverse system, and it was a cash grab. I mean, they straight up told us, hey, we made this game just to be able to test the playverse system that we'd like to use for Dungeon Defenders 2. So that's 100% what Dungeon Defenders Eternity was. It was a way for them to sell a beta test to the diehard Dungeon Defenders players. I played it. I put almost 1,000 hours in it. It was not as good as the original game, but it was fun. Archers were ridiculous. Dungeon Defenders Eternity, they never put the speed cap in on archers. So you could have archers firing like a DD1 harpoon would. Just constant line of arrows. Just pew, 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 pew. And that's lots of pews, let me tell you. Get all this upped for wave 5 here. That should help. Yeah, that Steam sale ended today, or yesterday. I think it ended yesterday. Either today or yesterday. A few hours ago, maybe. The Steam sale ended. We have to wait until Easter now. There may still be some sales out there. There might be something on, you know, Humble Bundle or Indie Gala or one of them. I don't know. I haven't checked them. So I am not sure at all. See if we can't work this Frostfire all the way down the lane here. Oh, pets were awesome in DD1. There's no doubt there. Jordan, thank you so much. Welcome to the Juicy Nation. I thought she was already there. But thank you a ton. I do appreciate you so much. Oh, it's $15 for the 100. Yeah, see, that's $100 here in the U.S. wrecked. You can use any weapons, Sam. The main thing is you want your heavier weapon in your main hand. So ideally, you want heavy main hand and light offhand. But the weapon itself doesn't matter. Use any weapons. That's one of the things that had to get a new card. That's fair. Well, I do appreciate you, Jordan. That's one of the things that DD1 was kind of better than DD2 is the weapon uniqueness. Weapons in DD2 are just weapons. They're just skins. For the most part. I mean, that's not 100% accurate, but for the most part, weapons are just all skins in DD2, so just get whatever you think looks the coolest and throw the mods on it. You know, as long as it's got the right weight or shot type, throw your mods on it and call it good. It's all about your defenses, Ginger. Destruction, Deadly Strikes, and Defense Rate. Those 3 shards on your defenses. It's not really about your hero. Your hero has very little impact overall in your success. You just don't. I mean, you just don't need it. It's, you know, it's all tower defense. So the main thing, Deadly Strikes from Chaos 3, Destruction from Chaos 1, and Defense Rate from Chaos 4. If you get those 3 shards on most of your defenses, you'll end up wrecking it. The toxic shot grind, indeed. Well, weapon manufacturers are not weapon manufacturers are good crowd control. They're not a good damage dealing defense. If you're just throwing weapon manufacturers down and trying to win, there's your problem right there. You can set weapon manufacturers up for crowd control, but you need to have something else they're killing. Protean weapons are just, they give a little death animation when you kill something, Sam. It's just cosmetic. There's literally nothing special about any weapon in DD2. I mean, they're just, you know, like, what more can I say? They're weapon skins. That's all they are. They're all cosmetic, and you throw on, you get the right weight. You pick it up. Is this heavy enough? Nope. Throw it back on the ground. Grab another one. Once you get the weight that you're looking for, that's all that matters. Weight and shot type. Let's see what kind of piratey goodness I got there. Favorable winds. Not a very good one either. I'll pass on that. The EV2's an incredible hero. Not a bad choice at all. There, Takan. Nothing. Put that over here so I don't do anything silly with it. You got the Lavamancer skin. Nice, wrecked. Well, C7 is not in-game content, Mega Rocket. I mean, when you get to the point where you have mass destruction, I mean, give me a break. C7 is kind of a joke. One of these days, I'm going to do a close my eyes C7 run. I haven't done it yet, but completely turn my monitor off and do C7. I mean, that's just... It's not... C7, or getting to Chaos 7, is your initial progression. But there's zero challenge to it. It's just a matter of going through the ropes and grinding the shards. I'm talking about somebody who's just now progressing. If you're just now progressing, weapon manufacturers are going to be crowd control, but that's all they're going to be for you. They're not going to be anything else. Like, I'm using them here for crowd control. And look what I got on it. Campaign Relic. Because I recognize the fact that they're not doing crap for damage. So, it's just all about CC in the lane. It's raining here, Slick. I live right on the coast, so it doesn't... We don't really get too much snow. We did get some last week. Like an inch. It was gone in like 2 hours. And man, boy, I overbuilt the crap out of this lane. Let me do that instead. Mega Squad Epsilon. I'm using automation right now, Wrecked. I put it on my weapon manufacturers. But yeah, I'm using that bad boy right now. You better believe it. Yeah, C5 was rough, no doubt. Especially if you got into it back when C5 was the top. C7 is what created this traps, auras, and nodes meta, though. People have been spamming auras and weapon mans or proton beams, just traps, auras, and nodes for like, what, 2 years now. And Chaos 7 is what caused all that. It's just, well, I don't want to... Yeah, let's just do it. PDT. Go something like that. That should work. Not very many mobs. Cyfrost Vanguard Throwers with Detonator. Oh dang, Spacuda. That's the real deal snow there. I lived in Lake Tahoe, so we had real snow in Tahoe. I mean, you'd go to sleep and you'd wake up with, just overnight, there'd be, you know, 1.5 meters of fresh snow out on your deck. I mean, it would pound snow there. Now, where I live now, though, all it does is rain. Let's see. Let's get some more fire damage going here. That's going to get borked. I'm going to move that one back a little. Do something like that instead. Draken's Barrage, Bullet Sponge, Curse of Kazi. This one will be an easy peasy lane. Yeah, I took a picture of my son and I standing on one of the mountain passes in Tahoe and sent it to my mom, and she didn't believe it was true. She said I photoshopped it because the snow was like 2 to 3 times my height and the road is just kind of cut out of it. She's like, that's not real, you photoshopped this. It's like, oh yeah, that's real, Mom. Let's see. Oops, that is no longer a squire, is it? I better remedy that. Got Spellbreaker up here on these flyers. I want to make sure that's in range. Now I'm just going to pray that this lane doesn't open up. Seeing we got some Headstrong Ogres. Let's just spam lightning strikes. Yeah, just save them. Save them, Sam, until something comes available. Every once in a while they'll do bag sales, and hopefully they do vault space sales. But just save all that for sure. Let's throw a PDT in the mix up here too with all this mess. Wow, I got a lot of mana left over. What did I forget? Did I miss a lane? Let me take a lap here. If you've already got all the bags, then I mean, you could buy more shop spots. You can unlock more of those, or like Rex said, just save them for when there's a sale on bags or something. Huh. Wow, how do I have so much left over? Well, I guess I can throw something else in up here. I don't want to have to pay attention to this lane. Yeah, I'll just save the rest, I guess. It goes up every time you do an Ancient Power Reset ECC. I did a video about it last week. Every time you reset, your base Onslaught floor goes up. I think it's 17. If you do 17 resets, you're over the cap of buying gear for Chaos 7 without getting them scaled down. Yeah, I mean, my base floor is 51. I have to do 51 to 80 every time. That's where it caps out. That sucks there, Nicholas. And we've all been there. Let's see how this ballista does against the flyers. Alright, well the ballista's on them while they're in stun range, so that's good. gonna need some upgrades over here for sure. What the hell did I even put that way back here for? I'm not gonna take that one back. Alright, what opened? Nah, it should be 17. Here, I'll look at it real quick. I'll give you guys a link. Let me see, let me see. Yeah, on your 17th reset, your base floor is 35. And you have to get to 32 to make it so gears not can be traded without any repercussions. Here's the... There's all the floors right there. Let's see. Oh, looks like the water lane. Gonna be able to load that up. I love it when this water lane gets a lot of lanes open. Well, if floor 18, you have to do every piece, Rect. You can get over 5,300 gear score, but the key is you have to use every piece. I've had that happen too. So, like, say you've got, you know, say you do your 19, and, you know, say you got a Chaos 7 piece, a Chaos 7 piece, a Chaos 7 piece, and a Chaos 7 piece, but your boots are still campaign, you're going to be over the 5,300 gear score, but there's still going to be scaling, because it's a per piece type of thing. That's how you end up with buggy relics that show campaign status, but they end up with 30,000 defense power or whatever. It screws up the scaling for everything. Alright, let's just get this a little bit more jacked up in the weapon man department. And then what else? We got long shot. Let's go with one more PDT. But I guarantee you that's what it was. You had one piece that was still campaign, and it was still enough to put your champion score over 5,300. But it wasn't enough to get you past the scaling. When I do another reset again, I'm going to do a video about it, because I'm actually getting a lot of questions about it. But it probably won't be till tomorrow till I do another reset. Today, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I stayed up all damn night trying to get those dice pets and dungeon defenders. So I didn't get this week's mod video done. So as soon as I get done the stream here, I'm gonna do a this week's mod video. And you know what? Let me put it all into these LSAs. There we go. Good enough. You have to beat floor 32, Leo. I'm telling you what to do. You have to beat floor 32 in every slot. Every piece of gear has to be Chaos 7. But if you haven't beaten floor 32, then it's going to get scaled down. You have to beat floor 32 every time. It's been tested and tested many, many times over. Weapon manufacturers are best used for the stuns, Spakuna. The DPS that you get out of them is not as much as you would get out of, like, a Flame Aura or a Fissure, or really any other Aura type defense. That's a complete pipe dream there, Rage. I mean, there's going to be a Dungeon Defenders 3, I'm confident of, one day. Not soon, but one day. And you know, hopefully they make Dungeon Defenders 3 more like DD1. If they combine the two games, it would be an amazing thing. I mean, take DD1, use DD2's graphics, and add in DD2's quality of life. So DD2's hero swapping, stuff like that. I mean, that would be a ridiculously awesome game. Frostfire and Grave Infection there, Chris. Just put those two in your weapon on any hero and you'll own the world. Frostfire and Grave Infection. Oh crap, I'm spending all my mana. I haven't checked the new lane yet. That was a derp. Just waiting. Alright, we got an easy one there. Front line down below here. Basically, my strategy with Weapon Mans is I use Weapon Mans 100% to stun. Now, of course, I'll put damage on them when I get back up and done with the Ancient Power resets. But for purposes of just getting to floor 80, I look at the lane. If it's got less than 100 mobs, I put one node. If it's got over 100 but less than 200, I put two nodes. And then over 200, I put all three. So we got frontline here, so that's a two-noder. Over 100. So I'm going to put down two Weapon Mans. And then I'm going to switch over to my Flame Auras. And I want the Flame Auras to start hitting before the Weapon Man starts stunning. So I have to look at the range that the Weapon Man is going to. And then place Flame Auras based on the weapon manufacturer range to make sure that the Flame Aura is doing damage prior to the Weapon Man locking them up. Let's see, and we'll just throw... Actually, you know what? Let's just prepare for the Omega Wave that's soon to come. And we'll do that. That we'll wreck it. Oh, Slick. Oh my god. That lightning tower is so incredible. Is it not? Like I said, I've been grinding out those dice, trying to get the dice pads. And that lightning tower just destroys King's game. It's just so ridiculous. Bouncing all over the map, chaining between enemies. It is a thing of absolute beauty. Just love it. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a great source of the drench as well for controlled burn. If you're a melee hero, that's great. If you're not a melee hero, then get rid of the aura. I see a lot of people running around with the Drakenlord's aura on ranged heroes, and that doesn't make any sense. But if you're a melee, if you play melee range, then yeah, that's a great setup. I live in the Pacific Northwest there, Eddie, Washington State. I stack all those lightning towers in one spot, Slick, and it chains through enemies throughout the whole map in King's Game. Now, King's Game is with the multi-levels, with the mobs stacked on top of mobs. Makes it a very ideal map for the lightning tower, for sure. But, oh man, that lightning tower is incredible. In fact, the lightning tower wasn't that good the last I played. That had been many, many years, of course. Many, many years ago, it was all about just stacking archer walls and throwing harpoons behind them, you know, and aura stacks and trap stacks and everything else, of course. But man, those lightning auras are so, or the lightning tower is so incredible. Throwers and healers. Only 22 mobs? Wow. I'm worried my anti-air is going to get smack down here now. Once again, start preparing for the Omega Wave. Thanks, there, Eddie. Well, yeah, I mean, if the world was only flat, right? But since it's not, we gotta deal with time zones. I've been to Romania. I missed your question. Wouldn't be the first time there, Luis. It's a great combo. The problem is Ramsters are not a hard-hitting defense. They're a great AoE defense. So the problem with that setup is you wouldn't have any single target damage. So you wouldn't have anything that hits hard in the build. You would just have blanket area of effect stuff. And I mean, in a lot of cases that helps, but even just adding lightning strike auras into that setup would be a huge benefit. I mean, through the low floors, like pre-100, you could probably get away with using that. The Omega Waves will be a problem for you. But, I mean, to be honest, weapon manufacturers plus anything else works great. Oh, I think I'm going to. All your yes. I've been having too much fun. I mean, it's an insanely fun game. It's what got it. I mean, not everybody, of course, but it's what got the majority of DD2 players to DD2 was DD1 was so much fun. And I've been having a blast playing it. So yeah, I'll definitely do, I'll throw up some more throwback videos. Come on out, Drakenlord. Don't be just chillaxing up in there with your stuck self. That sucks too. He's just inside the spawn bubble where I can't ignite him. Let me see if I can sneak in. Ooh, I got him. He got me, but I got him too. So, he dead now. Right, wave 5 incoming. Uh-oh, 666 on the mob count. Look out. The evil awaits. Let's see, what do we got? Nothing over here. Nothing over here. Looks like the mid. Mega Squad Zeta with Wall Leech. Do something like this. You guys ought to forgive me. I got lack of sleep plus plus allergies. It's a bad combo. Alright, Eddie, take it easy. Have a good night. Let's see. I'll save the rest for next wave. I had a lot of fun playing OMD2 last week as well. Yeti done got me all froze up. You'll get the hang of it there, Isaac. You can be creative with the placement of weapon manufacturers. You could put them, like I could put a node down here, a node up there. I mean, nah, they don't all have to be on flat ground. You just have to kind of learn their placements and how, you know, how they work. play the Dryad melee, Chris. I play the Dryad as ability power, so it's not an issue for me. The Dryad is... her strength lies in the ability power attacks. So, I mean, I almost... unless I'm just really, really running low on my ability resource, I never go into melee range on the Dryad, personally. She's just so devastating in a ranged... in like a ranged perspective with ability power. Stars and shrooms, man. Stars and shrooms. Stars and shrooms forever. It is the best way to play the Dryad. Alright. Let's see. We got more borkiness. Borkiness. That should handle the borkage. What do we got over here? We got Yetis. I think I'll leave the fire. I would like to get one more LSA, though. And we got ogres. We got a hex thrower. We got shieldy. We're all set up over here with all these LSAs already. So we good there. Shieldy gobs could use a little bit more attention here, probably. Oh crap, I'm throwing them on the wrong hero. God dang it. Have I been doing that the whole map? Now I gotta look around at all my LSAs. I got them color-coded. The orange lightning strikes are the good ones. Trying to keep my derpage to a minimum, you know? These gotta go. Those aren't orange. That would have been bad. And what, we got one over here. Let's see, what do we got up top? We got ogres up top. All this fire is not going to be good against the ogres. So let me sell. Thank you so much for subscribing there, Banjo. I do appreciate you. Sell the 2 fishers and go 3 lightning strikes. I think that will be pretty good. Yeah, just because there's a shard, there's lots of shards that are not very good shards, Chris. So just because you found a shard doesn't mean that's the ability you should use. I mean, if you like it, use it, is the right answer. But it's not the most effective way to play her. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about it. Can I get an LSA, please? If it's doing 0 damage... I don't know. I'm not sure. LSA on bosses, you want anti-mini-boss, anti-melee, and anti-chaos is what I personally use. Some people go anti-mini-boss, anti-melee, and anti-ranged. But I personally am a big fan of the chaos. Crap, I'm doing it again. Wrong hero. Let's see, that needs to go. Brian, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's see, I guess that gives me an opportunity to... We got proximity over here. That should make this lane kind of easy. Hopefully. Let's see, what else? I got enough for one LSA somewhere, but that was the shielding lane. This lane is fine. That lane should be fine as well. Let me rinse my feet off real quick here in the water. Poor little paddling monk. Alright, well, I guess we're good. Let me just throw some upgrades around. I mean, I could throw one more LSA here, I guess. Let's just see. We can always replay it if it goes bad. Let's see how it runs. We got cannon ogres. It seems like that Yeti lane I should be giving some attention to. One more Yeti up in there. Come on out, Yeti. Piece of cake. I mix it up, play all kinds of stuff there, Krill. But I'm a DD2 lifer. There's no doubt about that. Go exclamation nuke in chat. I have been using Frostfire. Frostfire and Grave Infection. Frostfire and Grave Infection. Every hero needs to have those two. Those two mods are the strongest hero mods in the game. So combine those two equals win. Alright, moving right along. Floor 65. Why does every monk use that weapon? 'Cause it looks cool. It's the best looking weapon in the game. In my opinion, anyway. It's just incredible looking. You just gotta do it sometimes, there's Pakuda. Give me 1 minute there, y'all. I gotta deal with my allergies real quick. I'm gonna let this one run anyway. I don't want to do this map. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. How do you deal with Bastille Master? Bastille Master doesn't destroy Lightning Strike auras, your guy. And Lightning Strike auras are really what you want to spam, as you just saw on the Omega Waves. She kills weapon manufacturers, but she doesn't kill auras. So, more Lightning Strike auras. Just remember, the key to beating Omega Waves is selling off defenses that are not going to be effective. So, like any Ramsters, any Fishers, any air defense, you don't need any of that stuff. So sell all that stuff and throw down Lightning Strike auras everywhere. Lightning Strike auras everywhere. What do we got? Please tell me there's no roller lane. I hate the high roller lanes on this map. Looks like there's not, so we good. Let's see, what do we want to do? that one over just a little bit more. Well, Bastille Master doesn't destroy your lightnings. It's only nodes. She doesn't do auras. So yeah, you're good there. Move these out further. I want to have some mana left over for something else. See, I got 160 left. I could do 2 ballistas, 2 ballistas and a PDT. Maybe. Let's do that. 2 ballistas and 1 PDT. That should get it, right? Wait a minute, is this the right lane for a PDT? Yeah, this is good. I do public games quite frequently there, Nikki. I don't do them generally when I'm going through Ancient Power resets. But as soon as I get done with this, there will be many, many more public matches. Let's get both of them. I think it should be good. Let's check it out. Yeah, crit relics are a thing of the past there, Lucifer. They changed crit, how crit works. So crit is no longer a stat. It's just a strict percentage. Making marks, which were the old crit relics, no longer a thing. The ones that are still in existence, you'll see people selling them in player shops. Or people using them. It's basically just a medallion. It's just an old medallion that still has the old mark icon on it. But there's nothing special about it. Drops from the High Seas maps. It's one of Grave Infection is one of the pirate mods. So to get a pirate mod, you got to go to a pirate map. High Seas. I'm 59 there, Austin. I took the weekend off and didn't do any resets this weekend. I've been doing 2 or 3 resets on my weekend, which my weekend is Sunday, Monday. But this week I didn't. I grinded out Dice Pets in Dungeon Defenders 1. Still didn't get the dang one I wanted. So yeah, still at 59. Haven't jumped over the hump yet to the big 6-0. The big 6-0. Well, there's 10 different mods, so it's a 1 in 10 chance that you'll get it. So I mean, you might get lucky and get it right away. You might have to grind it out. No, people aren't keeping the info hidden. It's a relatively newer mod, and there are no new DD2 databases. It's on the wiki. Or maybe it's not even on the wiki. But Grave Infection. When you kill an enemy, it has a chance of spawning a pirate skeleton. This is obviously campaign level. It's really good at Chaos 7. It gives you basically, you'll see these little skulls pop up, these little skeletons, and each one of the skulls is going to give you like 2 million AoE DPS for free for like 15 seconds. But the key using it in combination with Frostfire Remnants is if Grave Infection gets a kill, it will proc Frostfire Remnants, and if Frostfire Remnants gets a kill, it will proc Grave Infection. And that creates a bit of a kind of a loop Let's see if we can find a heavy lane here. Do we have any heavy lanes? That front line is the closest. Oh, yeah, this front line lane's probably the best lane to show you. Of course, I gotta kill something first. See that little skull right there? That little skull at Chaos 7 does like 2 million poison damage in an area. It's just ridiculously good. But they stack and they can proc multiples, so I've actually seen as many as like 15 skulls stacked up in a lane. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculously good. You get grave infection from a high seas map there, Joaquin. Any of the pirate maps, so high seas map, it's a 10% chance to get it. There's 10 different high seas mods. They all have an equal chance of dropping. So just grind the boat over and over and over again, and you'll end up getting it. I mean, you're not going to get it in one run. You know, you're not going to get it in 10 runs for that matter. But if you do it 20, 30, 40 times, you got a pretty good chance of getting it. But you only need one, you know. Well, I mean, one for each of your DPS heroes. But assuming you only play one main DPS hero, you only need just one. It's really good if you get a big lane. The more mobs, the better. Because the more mobs equal the more chances of grave infection proccing. And then the Frostfire, of course, is like a boom chip, but it works for every enemy. So every enemy that dies explodes. Every single one. They're all viable. They're all spies. It depends on how you want to play it. There's 3 different Nuke Monk builds, and all 3 of them work very effectively. They're all in that Hero Spotlights playlist. Exclamation Spotlights in chat. We'll get you a link to that playlist. But all 3 of them work. Just crazy. Now, sadly, it's a campaign level, so you don't get the full effect of what it does because they're not doing the amount of damage they would. Plus, it's not lasting as long as it would. At Chaos 7, it lasts for 15 seconds. Just the Shatterquake mod on Earth Shatter Towers is bugged. Mega Rocket, and it procs off of that. That's the only one as far as I know. It used to proc off of Boom servos as well, but they fixed that. But Earth Shatter is still bugged. It just takes 1 kill in a lane. This one will be good. It'll chain through them all. Oh, and another pack coming. Get up there. It's all about keeping the enemies flowing through it. So you see, we got a non-stop supply of enemies. It just keeps proccing on top of itself and just lasts forever with me doing nothing but jumping around. See, it completely wiped out that whole lane. Between Frostfire and Grave Infection, that is, it completely knocked out the whole lane. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I love it so much. Whoa, what do we have there? That could be a Ramster relic right there. A Ramster throwaway relic for Frost lanes. Gives me that fire damage. You got to put an S on the end there. Spotlights with an S. See. I think we good. Alright, Spakuda, take it easy. This isn't going to be a super long one today. I probably don't have too many more maps in me, to be honest. I'm just really dragging. And it's a rainy day. I didn't get enough sleep, and my nose is just going crazy from allergies. I would hope. Your guy, but Trendy doesn't have... They don't have a history of nerfing anything very quickly. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it got nerfed. I hope it doesn't, because I think it's incredible. I love it. I mean, the poison dart tower with explosive poison used to chain like that. And they left it like that for over a year. Before the chaos levels were a thing and the difficulties were nightmare levels, it was nightmare 1 through 4. The meta build was poison dart tower plus any other defense. And you would just own every single map. It was absurdly strong. And it took them over a year to nerf it. You know, the Dryad B spam in the melee boom days was ridiculously overpowered. That lasted, well, it lasted for a long time. I don't know, at least 6 months or so, at least. Oh, because the monk is one of my favorite heroes. So, you know, everybody's got their favorites. I've got mine too. We all got our favorites. The monk, the EV2, and the gun witch are my 3 favorite DPS. So you see more monk, EV2, and gun witch play than anything else. Right now, the reason I'm doing all monk is because I've got almost all gilded shards on my monk. It's the only hero that I'm like full gilded shards on, or close to full. And I'm doing ancient power resets, so I don't want to spend any gold. There's a reason I went from 20 million gold to 159 million gold just in the course of doing these resets, and that's because I'm not spending it. I'm earning, but I ain't spending. Savage, what's up? Double jump all day. Every hero should have double jump. Best thing in the game. Yeah, the good old Serenity Auras. Used to love me some Serenity Auras too. The female monk is just as good as the regular monk. The difference is she's got a tower boost instead of a hero boost. So you can't do the big nuke damage, and that makes it not as fun. But as far as effectiveness, she's extremely effective. And she can still nuke, just not as much as a monk would. Because her boost works, you know, her boost is for towers, not for heroes. Starting Chaos 7 Flame Auras will do about 300... between 300 and 400,000 DPS on the tooltip there, Allspice. Nah, it's floor... Every time you do Ancient Power, the floor requirements go up. So right now, when I reset Ancient Power, I start on floor 51, and I have to go to floor 80. They're not going to do anything soon. Like I said earlier in the stream, Lalta... Well, he mentioned it several times, but he mentioned again that they'll have news of what's coming within the next month, but we're not going to be getting an update anytime soon. I mean, we'll get like hot fixes and stuff, but I would be shocked if we see a content update before say April 1st. If we get anything before April, I would be very surprised. So it's going to be a while. That's why I'm getting all the resets done, because I'll have them all out of the way for if and when an update does come. That, and just because we get an update April 1st does not mean it's going to be the Ancient Power update. Elandrian said with the Ancient Power update that he wants to work on that this year. He didn't say next. He said this year. So, I mean, we may not get an Ancient Power change until the end of the year. I mean, based off of what he said. Alright, floor 66. That one was kind of easy peasy. Got some good lanes going on it. Good lanes for the win. But yeah, I mean, anyway, they just changed. Oh, I have no clue, Savage. I have no idea at all. I did a video on it, their ECC. There's no list anywhere, though. In my tutorials and spotlights playlist, there's a video showing all the mods. Don't have it too bad here. Mega Squad Gamma, they armored in maximum effort. How many mobs? 45 mobs. So, 45 mobs, 1 node. Actually, I think just that will completely wreck that lane. 160 DU. Same thing here. 22 mobs, 1 node. Actually got really low mob counts on this map. Just do the exact same setup. Do I have hex throwers? No hex throwers there. There's javelin throwers, meaning there will be hex throwers. So, the second one down there is javelin throwers. And they are going to throw at that core. So, let's put that there. Oh, it's just a high seas map. There's only 2 of them. You want to do one of the 2 pirate maps there, ECC. But the maps that say high seas from the war table are the maps you're looking for. Man, low mob count lanes out the wazoo. Alright, now what do we got over here? We got a bunch of Frost and we got Headstrong. Throw in a poison dart tower. Let's get those fishers going too. Really stack up this frost damage here. Or the fire damage, pardon me. That is some heavy duty fire going right there. Oh, as far as any other mods, they're all generic. So like stuff like robust servo or whatever, it drops from any map. So they're all just generic mods. Man, I got really easy lanes on this one. I got that one frost lane that could be a pain. Everything else is just super, super easy. Well, once you do them there, Nicholas, you'll find it easier and easier. You know what works on what lanes. There's no more experimentation. It's just, okay, this is the lane, this is what you do. Once you learn all that, then life becomes way, way easier as far as Ancient Power goes, or as far as Onslaught goes. I made it to floor 320. I want to say it was 323. Get a Poison Dart Tower in here, too. I don't remember. It'll show on my Powers tab. Let me see. Yeah, 323, right at the bottom here. Just put that right there. And I think we'll be good. This should be a semi-AFK map. Nah, that's the biggest complaint with DD2, I think, is it's RNG on top of RNG. Not just with mods, with everything in the game. Shards, you've got a massive RNG farm to get the right shards you need. Then you got a massive RNG farm getting the right mods that you need. Then you got a massive RNG farm climbing Onslaught, getting the mutators you need. Like this particular map, I got really easy lanes with really easy mutators. So the next map might be absurdly difficult compared to this one. It's all based on what mobs you get. It's never the same. They change every time. Like if I just restarted this map, loaded out the tavern and rejoined and got this map, it would be all completely different lanes and mutators. Well, I'm just going with a brute force technique here, so just overpowering it. Ballistas work really, really good on headstrong lanes, but this particular one was a frost lane. 54 little frost goblins, so I just went with a whole crap load of fire damage here, because fire does double damage to frost enemies, of course. And I'm going to prioritize this lane as far as upgrades go. Make sure I get this lane done first. Everywhere else I'm not as concerned with, but... Or you can camp it on your hero. I mean, that works too. But stacking, you know, it's a game, it's a game of rock, paper, scissors. That's Lightrayne's explanation of it, which is very, very suitable, very fitting. So, if the enemy's got paper, you gotta use scissors. If the enemy's got a rock, you gotta use paper. It's just, that is Onslaught in a nutshell. Well, there's no reason to put automation on it, unless there's cyborgs. The only reason you would put automation on any ground trap or node is if it was cyborgs, or if you were just grinding like the Drake and Frost Keep map. In fact, I want to do one of those before I end the stream. After this map, actually, I'll go and do that map once. I want to try using some automation flame R's and seeing if I can completely AFK it. Gonna take a while for Mr. Frosty Pants to get out here. When will Trendy fix your auras? What's wrong with your auras? My auras work great. They got something big they're working on, they just don't want to say what it is yet. But, I mean, within the next month, Trendy should have some big news. From a gamer's perspective, that's not soon enough. But, I mean, it'll be good when we get it. It's just we gotta wait, and waiting sucks. Crap, and here I said I was going to prioritize that frost lane, and I didn't. That's alright. Waiting sucks. But yeah, you see here, I'm just stacking all that fire damage, just overpowering everything. I threw this PDT back here to give me a little protection versus those cyborgs, in case the cyborgs do get a little uppity on me. Yeah, it's definitely getting the job done, though. It's just getting cleared. Get some more upgrades over here. Well, I mean, that's something that's unique to you, Lucifer, so I would suggest, like, restarting the game, unequipping the relic, and re-equipping the relic. I mean, what is good to you? The only reason they should do 0 damage is if you don't have enough defense power to overdo the reduction that you would have from range, or from the range gambit. That's the only reason they should do 0 damage. Did you put the relic on the right spot? I mean, it's not a bug in the game, or other people would have it. It's something that you're doing wrong. You just gotta realize that that's a thing and go fix what you've got. Fix your setup. I mean, if you're the only one having the issue, it's not a bug in the game. And this is the first time I've heard anybody say anything remotely like that. You know, and what do you mean by good? Does that, when you said you've got a good relic on it, does that mean it's a Chaos 7 relic? Or even a Chaos 1 or Chaos 2 relic for that matter? Oh, grats there, Mega Rocket. Don't spend it. Don't spend it. Save it. Save that amp. Oh yeah, we're just smoking it here now. A little ogre action coming though. Well, like I said, you've got the relic on the wrong slot. I mean, I hate to say it, but you're just doing something wrong. I mean, that's just, there's just no way that there's a bug that's specific to you only with no one else having it. But if you're using like a campaign relic and you've got points into the range gambit and you don't have enough defense power to overcome that reduction in defense power, then that's the problem. But it's not a bug. There's been zero reports or notifications about that being an issue. At this point anyway. Maybe you're the first one. But I do look at the bug reports multiple times per week. It depends on how you want to play it. I can tell you from an effectiveness standpoint, the Abyss Lord works better with ability power. But what kind of damage a hero does has no effect on whether you use hero damage or ability power. You use hero damage if you want to focus on the primary attacks. You use ability power if you want to focus on abilities. If you just want to, like, you know, this character, for example, all I really do is the primary attacks. The alternate fire and then the melee. That's all I do on this one. So he's all hero damage. But if I used his abilities, then that wouldn't be the case. Yeah, that's pretty common, Batman, sadly. Let's go try. Let's try doing Drake and Frost Keep here, AFK. See if it's possible at my power level. Statistically, though, Batman, to get one specific shard you're looking at, you would have to do like 120 maps. Looking at the tooltip's not going to tell him anything. I mean, it's going to tell him whether or not he's got the relic in the right slot. Ooh, I got me an amp, too. Nice. You were good luck finding your first Chaos 8 amp. I just got one, too. $554K on a Chaos 8 relic is kind of bad there, dear guy. I'm at 790K and I'm using a throwaway relic that's not upgraded. You should be higher than that, dude. You should be way higher than that. Let me put that amp up so I don't accidentally do something derpy with it. 38 of them now. Alright, now what do I want to do? I gotta get rid of something. I can't get rid of destruction or defense rate, so the only option is really deadly strikes, which that's gonna give me some baby-sized auras. Woo! Oops, oops, oops. Let me clear up my inventory here real quick. Nothing. What's that? That's that. I may save that just to play around with Ramsters. Alright, so we want to go with automation. Nope, I never unequipped it. I tried so hard. We're going with an unupgraded automation. Now, Trendy said that this is not going to be changed. Well, they said currently they have no plans of changing this. So just to confirm, you see right there, 0 of 20. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to have success. But it's not going to stop me from trying. So let's try it out here. Let's see. Drake and Frost Keep. My tooltip flame auras, before I started resetting Ancient Power with optimal shards and Chaos 8, was like 2.1 million tooltip DPS. Fountain of Speed is going to come from the appropriate Chaos tier. Off the top of my head, I don't know. It's not. I don't use the Abyss Lord very often, so it's not one I remember. Let me see if I have one equipped. Yep, I do. It's campaign shard packs is where Fountain of Speed comes from. Alright, let's give this a shot here. So I'm going to try. Now, if there's a boss, I'll get in the mix with the boss. But besides there being a boss, I'm going to try to full AFK this. Wave 1's going to get a little sketchy. Just because there's not enough power or range here on these auras to do anything. And flyers are going to be a little sketchy too, because I don't know if the range is going to be good enough to hit those flyers. It actually looks like they're going to fly right over the top of it. Maybe. Oh, I hear you there, ECC. There needs to be some game optimization on consoles. Feel grateful that you're not playing on PlayStation. It's even worse there, from what I understand. I'm not necessarily going to AFK it, because I know I don't have the power, but I'm not going to hit any of the braziers. See, it leaves me 130. That's 4 more flame auras. Where can I put them? Yeah, this is private, because I don't know if it's going to work there, Afonso. This could end up being a miserable fail here. Oop, out of juice. Alright, that's good enough for now. Alright, now let's just see if this is enough power to kill everything. It looks like it is. Alright, he's breathing. Haha, nothing frozen. Automation all day. Let's make sure these flyers are getting killed. Actually, it looks like it's no problem. They'll show up instantly. That doesn't mean that I respond to it instantly. I mean, I have to see it. The internet is almost instant. My eyeballs, however, are not. What are the best gear and relics I should be grinding for Flame Auras in Chaos 1 and 2? You shouldn't be grinding anything in Chaos 1 and 2, Thunderpants. The second you get to a high enough champion score to move on to the next tier, you should move on. You shouldn't grind anything at all in the game except shards until you get to Chaos 7. Here comes another Freezy Freeze. Oh, the power of automation. How I love you so. Yeah, that's the thing, is it's a 10 out of 10 tenacity with an unupgraded automation shard. That's the deal. I did a video this morning on it. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. There. ZB Zeman. Alright, what do we got for boss raid? We got a Skelly up there. Could actually go with a couple more Auras now, too. I don't think we need them, though. It seemed like it did really, really good just with the spam. Just let it roll here. So, automation's the last hyper shard in Mastery. It makes it way worth doing Mastery. When am I going to do a giveaway? As soon as Trendy gives me something to give away. Trendy hasn't given me any giveaway codes in almost 2 months now. Uh-oh. Oh, a flyer snuck through. I will have to watch the flyers, though. They come out really high in that lane. And I don't have very much range. Automation is the last Mastery shard. I just put a video out on it yesterday morning. It has 680 stars in Mastery. I think it was 680. Kill these flyers. Yeah, headstrong assassins are no fun. Uh-oh. Plaguing Hawk, or he got wrecked. Alright, let me throw all the mana into this lane down here this time. Hopefully these flyers get killed. The problem is I'm just not enough range on these flame auras to hit them. I mean, I'm hitting them, but not all of these auras are hitting them. By the time they make it out here, they're so high up in the air that it's out of the aura range. You know what, let's just go 2 ups on all of them. There we go. Yeah, the regular freezes in the game are a stun, so Headstrong can't be stunned, can't be knocked up. Knocked up is a stun. The freeze that is acquired from frost damage, though, not like a proton beam freeze or a frostbite tower freeze, but an actual frost damage freeze where you drench the enemy and then hit them with frost damage, like the Frostfire Remnants, that is going to still go off. Elemental combos are greater than... Well, I guess not all, because Electrocute won't happen. But the freeze elemental combo is greater than all, basically. But there you go. Easy Drakenfrost mod farming just from getting that automation shard. And of course, complete mastery is just a matter of spending the time to do it. As long as you have the correct shards, your level of gear doesn't matter, because gear gets scaled down. That's so weird how I'm getting heals. Oh, it's the automation! Ah. Oh my god, automation is healing the aura too. That's crazy. I want to watch that on... What's the heaviest lane I got? Well, I guess right here would be the place to see it. Watch the little +10s tick up off my auras. So the auras are self-healing. I got +100 on that one. 20s. Well, I guess it depends on how many charges they've lost. That's so incredible. Such a broken shard. But Trendy said they have no intentions right now of changing it. Little heals going everywhere. I'm gonna have to clip this out and run it. Clip this run off of the stream and put it up separate. Alright. No clue they're dealing, but Trendy said it's been like that since the day it came out, and they have no intention of changing it. So, like I said, that was all confirmed with screenshots of Lalta saying it on in a video I put out yesterday. Where'd that Plague and Hawk? Oh, he did. I think that I'm certain that way more than 1% of players have it. I would guess it's probably more like 20% of players have it, maybe. Mastery, the problem with Mastery is people try it too early. Mastery is all about having the right shards. So what happens is people that are new to the game go in, they beat Chaos 1, so they say, okay, I'll try Chaos 1 Mastery. You're not ready for Chaos 1 Mastery after you beat Chaos 1. I mean, it's unlocked for you, and you can try it, but Mastery is all about having the right shards and mods. Once you have the right shards and mods, you're going to be Chaos 7 then. Your gear will get scaled down to the appropriate Mastery level. But new players go in, and they try Mastery too early, and they end up hating it, and it's not that it's some overly difficult game mode. The problem with it is they're trying it too early. That and if you've got the weapon manufacturer stun setup, every single mastery map that allows you to use nodes, every single one, is like a full free AFK map. It's just a matter of doing it. So, I mean, that's more than half of the mastery maps right there are just auto-win because of Shocking Revelations is so strong. Remember, when Mastery came out, mods were not a thing yet. Mods didn't exist. So when mods were added, Mastery didn't get changed. Mastery stayed the same. So all the power that you get from mods... Oh, crap. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, he got me. So much for clipping that one out. I guess it'll be on a separate video. I'll record it locally. Talking and not looking. Anyway, yeah, Mastery is not... If you've got all the shards you want, and you've got all the mods, so you've played through the game, you've progressed to Chaos 7, even if you haven't pushed an Onslaught, just getting all the shards and the mods in the appropriate Chaos tiers is all you need to do to beat Mastery. And then, like I said, every single Mastery map that allows the use of nodes freely is a free win. It's just a matter of spending the time to do it. Especially with this automation, or I guess you wouldn't be doing Mastery if you already had automation. Automation would make all the Chaos 2 Masteries a complete joke. But you guys get the point. It worked. It did indeed work. Well, the Drakenlord's certainly not the strongest. It's just got a mechanic to it. Uh-oh, another pirate. God dang it. Oh my god. I just lost to the same goddamn boss. Maybe I should actually look at the screen at some point. Jesus. Alright, I'm just going to sit here and spam down that lane. One of these days, I will wake up and pay attention. Alright, let's try this one more time. Okay, there's a captain coming. We know this. So... I'm gonna sit here, then I'm gonna sit here and spray down the lane, then I don't have to look. It's not that he's too fast for the auras, it's that I wasn't even remotely paying attention. I was jumping around the map just watching, staring at chat. I'm not sure what you meant, Blade. You already know about automation. Maybe I'll do another tips and tricks for Mastery too, now that mods are a thing. Yep, don't ignore the boss. No, the boss is dead now. I can ignore him. This is Drakenfrost Keep, just in regular Expeditions Chaos 7. Controller servo is not getting any benefit from a flame aura. You would have to 100% use it in conjunction with weapon manufacturers. But controller servo, I don't do that. I don't set any defense personally. I know other people do and they have success with it. But I personally won't set any defense where it requires another defense for that defense to be good. I just don't do that. I make every one of my defenses self-sufficient, where I can still combo defenses together. But I try to maximize the amount of damage and effectiveness I get out of each individual defense without requiring another defense nearby. What if I don't want to use the other defense? Then I completely lose that mod slot. Torchbearer is this week. I guess this is the start of the rotation again. So it's, it'll be 2 more weeks before we have Frostfire Remnants again. Torchbearer this week. Next week it'll be that the one that shoots the cold spot on the ground, and then the week after that will be Frostfire Remnants. Anyway, everybody, that is going to do it for today. Thank you all an absolute ton for swinging by. I do apologize for all the derpiness today. Like I said, I just did not sleep enough. I almost didn't get out of bed. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting up. The wife made me coffee and told me to get my ass up. But anyway, that is going to do it for today. I do appreciate you all very much for swinging by. Hopefully everybody has a great start to their week here. And I will see you all next time around. Take it easy.